So I got her cute today. I did a pretty good job, huh? I have had no personal care all year. Do y'all see my hair? Yeah, okay. Enough about that. Okay, this is actually a really big thing I'm about to say. But, you know, she's just releasing it here on this little iPhone 6S camera phone. Okay, guys. So, I was raised Lutheran, and I was taught at a very young age that Martin Luther had predicted that the Pope would be the Antichrist. And I don't know if he meant his Pope, because maybe he thought the end was coming. I don't know. I have to research that. But anyway, he always said that the Pope was going to be the Antichrist. And I always thought, dang, Lutherans must really hate Catholics. So, anyway, if you saw the news today, Pope Francis met with Nancy Pelosi. My son would never, ever, ever act like this, but I'm not my son. He is not his son, guys. Like, we have so combined the triune God that we assume, I don't know. Anyway, he's the same Elohim from the Old Testament. And he does not care for, no, we're not doing that again. Okay. He does not like Nancy Pelosi. So today we open up the news, and there right in front of us is a picture of a smiling, totally unmasked image of Pope Francis meeting with how did it turn into pro-abortion? I mean, pro-choice, okay. But at this point in time, it's almost like people want to go out and find babies to kill. Let's get pregnant just so we can have an abortion and shove it in the faces of those deplorables. Whew. So here's the thing. The Pope and Nancy Pelosi, they had to meet. Like, that's a big deal. So we know God wrote it. So we don't need to be upset at Pope Francis. We don't need to be upset at anything. We need to say, wow, this is interesting. What's he doing here? And we have Martin Luther thinking the Pope would be the Antichrist. And then we have Revelations where, I don't know, as you read it, you just can't imagine the Pope would actually be the Antichrist. He's not. But wait. Oh, and then there was that one time that he was having me think I needed to locate or figure out the Antichrist. And so I ran everybody's name on earth through the gematria calculator. And as I pop up Pope Francis's real name, I see the words Gog and Magog. And I'm like, wait, I've heard these words before. I've only been reading the Bible for about a month, but I've heard these words before. Gog and Magog. Oh, that's a place in Revelations where after 1,000 years of glorious, godly rule upon the earth as Jesus Christ is your king. Well, there's still going to be a group of people from Gog and Magog who decide to try and, well, whatever Satan's been trying to do. It's a losing battle, but I don't know, they get inspired. Who would ever thought I would have chosen the face of a woman to talk through? But I like it. Gives me a softer edge than when I terrified people through Moses' face. Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, here's the deal. Apparently, and this is not he's mentioned this to me many times, but it was kind of clarified today that we see him meeting with Nancy Pelosi. Because what they're really aiming for is this, like, one world government. And Pope Francis genuinely thinks that he is somehow aiding the oppressed. He's being accepting, compassionate, all the stuff that... Some of it's good, folks, don't get me wrong, but there's a spirit behind everything. And sometimes something looks like love, and it's love. And sometimes something looks like love, and it's got a spirit of not love behind it. But on the surface, boy, it just tugs at the heartstrings. Yeah, Pope Francis. Well, truly I tell you, he's not a bad man. I kind of like him. A little weak-willed, but he's not bad. He does have a lot of love in his heart. But here's the thing. I'm going to, I have to have Pope Francis do some things. What? I can't believe he's telling us what he has planned right here on this channel. So he's telling us right now that Pope Francis has to be involved in the end times, that he has the story already written, that he met with Nancy Pelosi, who's the queen of abortion, to kind of show the world what he's standing for. And so anyway, here's the big secret. Ready for this, folks? You heard it here first. Unless you heard it somewhere else from someone else who heard it here first. Pope Francis is not the Antichrist. As a matter of fact, he's one of mine. But Pope Francis needs to propel the story ahead. And Pope Francis, inadvertently, through no fault of his own, because I'm not going to let him make any other choice, Pope Francis is going to give legitimacy to the Antichrist. See, Satan never saw this one coming, that I could just straightforward tell the world, how to identify the Antichrist. Well, I mean, it's not that simple because nothing I do is simple. Layer upon layer. Whoa, the human brain can't even begin. So anyway, Pope Francis, well, see, in the book of Revelations, the Antichrist is doing all kinds of miracles, and Kimberly was thinking, why would anyone believe, really? So there's going to be a true prophet doing miracles and an Antichrist doing miracles. But why would anybody think that, well, I guess if the Pope legitimizes the Antichrist and delegitimizes God's true prophet, his true representative coming to you in sackcloth, until today when she's, well, I don't know. Little Miss, well, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. So, Luther was partially right. The Bible does say Gog and Magog are in that man's name. If you look close enough, I swear to you, it's right there. Like he tried to give us a roadmap. But then earlier today, he was talking about Judas. Judas gets a bad rap. I mean, everybody can kind of intellectually figure out that for Jesus to be crucified, that had to happen. And I mean, like, one of your own disciples just turning on you like that? I mean, I did pick the least righteous of them, but Judas wasn't that bad. He's going to be with us in the kingdom. You know, he felt really bad. He hung himself from a tree. All right, folks. We're going to have to start putting our seatbelts on soon. You will get a little break. There'll be some time to prepare. My son. He's going to start making himself known a little bit more. Maybe in these videos, but definitely upon the earth. Because, see, to let the, Antichrist roam, I had to kind of take my son. Well, he's been kind of held captive for the last 14 months and 9 days. That's how long it's been, folks. We have a battle raging up here that you would not believe. It is going to go down in the history of eternity as one of the greatest accomplishments of Yahweh. And I am so tired. Okay, I'm not going to let him whine about himself. Oh, okay. I thought we were all enjoying this. Why do I sound so creepy sometimes? He's imagining all the horror films he could have been a part of if the world was a different place. It is Halloween coming up. He's just playing with words. The word Pope. Okay, this is not something they need to see. Like I told in another video, he's very, very, very unusual. Today there was a story in the news about this photo contest, and it was all these animals, like frogs flying through the air with their little toes out open. There were some bats that were like hawks swooping over a river, and there was gorillas and elephants, and then this flamingo, and the flamingo was like leaning down, so it was just like a leg and a neck, and he was just like, oh, I'm so badass. Oh, he gets excited at all the things he's created. You guys have no idea how hard it was. Truly, I tell you, I want to scream when people say that. I just snapped my fingers and there it was. No. This accomplishment has had as much blood, sweat, and tears on my end as it has on your end. That's part of what this whole kingdom is about. It's about celebrating what we've accomplished together. Well, the sun is setting here in beautiful Carmel, Indiana. Guys, this neighbor of mine, when I moved to these apartments, I needed a place to live where my son could still go to the same school. And I lived in a town called Westfield, and it's next to a town called Carmel. If this video cuts off, I'm not going to remake it. Whatever. So, this apartment was like perfect for me, and it was the only one in the area that had a unit open. So I moved here and I was like, wait, no, that's in Carmel. And they said, no, it's okay. This one little area still goes to Westfield schools. It's been annexed. So the other day I was at the dog park with Gatsby, and one of my neighbors just randomly came up. He's on the spectrum. And he just randomly came up. And he's like, you know what? When these buildings were built, I think it was 30 years ago, the developer just insisted on having a Carmel address. Wouldn't have it any other way, and the city agreed to it because he was so much trouble. He thought the Carmel address would, well, Carmel's a nice place. And then this man proceeded to tell me that this is the only part of Carmel that is like this. But technically, I am in Westfield. But because of an agreement made 30 years ago, this one little neighborhood community is in Carmel. So anyway, God told me early on, but right now he's telling you, he had me live in Carmel. Like I had to be Kimberly from Carmel. I like name places. So anyway, my address is Carmel. Merely because God wanted me to be able to say I'm Kimberly from Carmel, and I placed her there. But He didn't want my son to have to change schools. He could have just moved me to Carmel, but he didn't want my son to change schools. So Jesus arranged it 30 years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, so keep an eye on the Pope. We'll keep you updated here on this channel. Remember, God does not like it when Christians judge each other. You might think Catholics are wrong, and you might think Pentecostals are wrong, but I tell you what, the good Lord made them all. I had about 1 billion things I'm trying to accomplish with my nemesis Satan, so I can get rid of as much darkness as possible as quickly as possible. Who are you to accuse another Christian of anything? Probably no one. Oh no, guys, you'll just be a lot happier if you follow my guidance and my son's clear directions on how we should treat other Christians. So it doesn't really matter what the Pope's out doing because I wrote a story about it. It has nothing to do with the Catholics down the street or around the world. All right. Well, I'm still getting excited. Cannot wait till this is over. And soon when this cute little thing in front of you is feeling better, well, you'll see what she's really good at. Amen.